right, this is my first video, guys. Man, I think that this year is going to be amazing. I think this is going to be an amazing year. Welcome to my first video. I want to tell you what to look for when you're watching my videos. This is going to be centered around exposing, bringing awareness. My focus and goal of these series that I'm dropping on YouTube, I want to bring an awareness, and I'm actually going to do the work, right? So you're not going to, when you come to my channel, right, you're going to get empowerment, you're going to get a plethora of other things, right? I could expand out and do more, but as of right now, what I'm focused on is doing what I believe that God has wanted me to do. And right now, I'm going to research at least 3 documents, right, from I think it's World Bank, United Nations, and it's another forum, right? But anyway, you know, the links that I have to these research papers or documentations, I'm gonna post them at the bottom of the YouTube page, right? So when you're watching my videos, you're always gonna have something to reference to, and that's where I'm gonna be pulling my information from. So whenever I'm speaking, wherever I'm talking about something, it's gonna be something factual, right? You know, I know it's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, podcasts. I know that's the hot thing right now, to do a podcast. And you know, this even though it has the feel of that, right? I don't want this to be just a random podcast talking about, because you know, podcasts is like, they're unintentional. You know what I'm saying? They just talk. You know what I'm saying? You just talk. You talk about anything that comes to mind. And I don't want this to be that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I create from this, well, I know what I'm creating, but I want it to be purpose-based. I want it to be all intentional, right? If you don't know where you're going, how can you know how to steer, right? I know nobody said that before. That's my one quote. I'm going to be dropping bombs on y'all. I'm very excited on sharing this information. And like I said, you know, in college, throughout my whole life, throughout everybody's life, right? Whether you went to college, you know, or you just went to high school, right? And you know, but at some point in time throughout your education, you had to do research papers. And you know, that was one of the things that everybody hates doing. You know what I'm saying? I hate doing research papers, you know what I'm saying, all the time. Like, that was the most excruciating, painful thing that a person could possibly think of, a research paper. But it's just like, man, at this point in time, it's like I hear guys saying to dive into that, you know what I'm saying? And I think that you guys, whoever's watching my video, are going to find it more credible to listen, or to at least, you know, because it's really just about bringing awareness, right? And you can't bring awareness talking about opinion. You have to do the research. And me, you know what I'm saying, if I'm going to create something that's bringing awareness to something, then I have to do the research, and this is going to be my research. Now, is it going to be boring? You know, in a sense, at first, it might be, but you know what? I'm going to have to find joy in it. I'm going to have to pull some type of element out of it that is fun, right? And even talking right now, this is fun. This is fun to me. This is unique. This is different. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that there's, I know that there are a lot of YouTube channels that are corporate based, that have specific educational, instructional videos, you know what I'm saying, to educate people about certain topics. But you know, in my own individual, making my own YouTube channel from the ground up, pulling information that has been researched and documented by scholarly peers, right? And actually making a video about that, and actually breaking it down in bite-sized pieces that the average instructional instructor or person might not be able to break down for you. I think that that's groundbreaking. I think that that's phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? And you know, whoever watches my video, I hope that you take away from it. You know, I hope that I give you tools, you know, to be better. I hope I guide you in the right direction. I hope that, you know, I break stereotypical stigmas of what is and what isn't. Now, you know, outside of this, I like to write. I consider myself a poet. I consider myself a writer, and I like to storytell. I like to storytell through my writing, right? So whether it be poems, whether it be scripts, whether it be books, I like to storytell. So with that being said, of course I'm going to have some type of element of storytelling in my videos, but below and behold, I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket, if that makes sense. This channel is specifically, the purpose of this is to bring awareness of global issues, to bring awareness of global issues that's happening globally, whether it be in your local communities or whether it be internationally around the globe. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to my super creative side and stuff like that, I'm going to reserve that for my scripts. I'm going to reserve that for my books. And as I'm making a channel, I might be like, hey, I just wrote a book, go check out my book. Or hey, I just wrote the script, go check out my script, or something like that. I'm definitely going to have additions onto what I'm already making, and I'm going to have it available for people to to click, purchase, and buy. This is just the beginning. I don't know where this is leading to, but I'm just following what God has put in my heart to do. He has put in my heart to make these videos, to make something. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be this, maybe it might turn into something else. Who knows? But as of right now, this is what I'm going with. This is what I'm leading with, and this is the purpose of these series. I'm going to be talking about global issues, and I'm going to be giving you facts I'm actually going to be doing homework every week. I'm going to try to drop these videos every Sunday, every once a week, and they're going to be 7-minute video long. At least I'm going to try to shoot for 7 minutes. It could be longer, it could be shorter, just depending on the content and what I've collected through the research. And like I said, I'm going to take 3 documents at least, and they're going to be typically for between last year and the year before last, to keep it recent, because you can try to find documented research of the year that just started, but it's not going to be super accurate, right? I mean, obviously it's going to tell you what's happening now, but to truly know what's happening now is to know what's been happening over a course of period of time, a considerable amount of time. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be over the past 10 years. It doesn't have to be over the past 5 years, because at that point, then it's a little bit too outdated. To know what's recently going on around the world, I believe that the most efficient way to do that is to go date it back at least between last year and the year before last, at least 2 years back, to really break down and break apart what's really going on in the world, right? And I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, you know what I'm saying? I'm not if I'm doing this, I'm going to be a researcher, you know what I'm saying, of some sort, and I'm going to be a journalist. That's really what I'm shooting for, you know what I'm saying? This is my version of journalism, and this is my version of giving you guys something different, of keeping up it's going to be kind of like a news channel, right? But I'm not going to be talking about the news. I'm not going to be talking about this, that, and the third. No, I'm going to be talking about specifically global issues that have been occurring and reoccurring over a considerable amount of time. And it's going to be documented. It's going to be pulled up from credible sources. I'm going to post a link of the video. And I just hope that by me breaking this down, at the end of my videos, what I intend to do is give some type of encouragement, right? So if let's say in one of my videos it says one of the statistics is black males die at such and such age. I'm going to state what the statistics have been in the numbers and what they have calculated in their books, right? I'm going to say that. I'm going to bring it to your attention, but I'm also going to share with you what my opinion on the matter is, and I'm going to try to tell you the positives and to always look on the outside and what I believe would help mitigate some of this pain that we're going through, right? And like I said, it's not like I'm a social activist. It's not like I have that type of information in my data, in my brain. But I believe that researching and telling you guys what's been documented, I believe that's enough to look at that and to give some time. I think that's enough to look at something like that and to actually give encouragement otherwise, right? Because something could be saying this, and then and then you're left with, oh well, if that's the state of the world, what can I do? There's a lot that you could do. There's a lot of change that you could do to help out the situation, but it starts with you. It starts with the individual person. And that's what I've been getting before I even get to the first video from the research that I've collected. A lot of what I've been reading is that we have a lot of ability to change our circumstances, but the problem is that we are very self-centered. You know what I'm saying? And this is you don't even have to be like any type of spirituality. You know what I'm saying? This is just a human being. You know what I'm saying? We are very just like, we just wake up, go to work, and think that that's it. And I understand. It's like, bro, you're just one person, but a lot of people gotta understand what that one person truly means. Like, man, like you can do a lot. You know what I'm saying? You can impact a lot of people, man. Like, do not underestimate your ability to make an impact. Do not underestimate that. God made man for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He believed in us. He believed that we can do these things. He believed in our potential and our individual potential to become a nurse. And every time that we come into the nursing atmosphere, that we spark some type of motivation or inspiration, you know what I'm saying, in the team. And or the person that's on his deathbed, you know what I'm saying, like, there's something about the way that I don't know, the way that you put the gloves on and stick the needle, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, there's something specific about your gift or your talent or your skill that you can be creative in, you know what I'm saying? You can be creative in anything that is an occupation, literally, and try to spin it and take something negative and turn it into a positive. So that's going to be really the purpose of what these videos is going to be. I'm going to receive the information. I'm going to collect the information that's out there, right? And I'm going to try to reorganize it, redirect it into something that's positive, and I'm going and the facts is always going to be what the facts are, but that doesn't mean that I can't provide some type of enlightenment, some type of encouragement, some type of uplifting, you know what I'm saying, at the end of giving you the evidence, because my goal is to frame your vision. That is my company, that is my brand, that's who I am. I want you to see it because that's just how my mind is, that's how my mind works. I always saw it first. I don't know what it was about, like, dreams and manifestation, but it was just like, all my life, those two things, dreams and manifesting the dreams thereof, it was like that's my superpower, you know what I'm saying, to manifest. Like, anything that I want, I don't care how long it takes for me to get that thing, but if I'm going to get it, and I'm going to work hard, I'm going to grind, I'm going to get them grades, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to pass with flying colors, I'm going to ace the test, I'm going to climb that mountain, I'm going to ride that bicycle, whatever it is that's blocking me, whatever obstacle it is, I'm going to get it, and it all started with me seeing it first. So that's why, when I provide this information to you guys, I'm going to always end the video by giving you my encouragement from my brand. And my brand is, I want you to see it. And after you see it, I want you to marinate on it. I want you to dream it. And then after you dream what you are able to do within and outside of your environment, then I want you to frame it. I want you to frame it. And the only way to frame it is that you got to build a plan around what you dream and capture that vision, right? And then you plan around that and try to create a blueprint for whatever it is that your ambition or goal is to try to make a change or a difference in the world. So yeah, this is my introduction. This is my introduction to the channel. This is my introduction to you all, whoever's watching. Thank you for every person that clicks on my video. We're starting it off like that. Yes, we are. I'm excited. And I just want these videos to be not robotic at all. I want it to flow. I want it to sound like effortlessly, you know what I'm saying? And of course I'm going to be trying to practice throughout the week and try to remember certain things for the video, for the next video, prompting me. But other than that, I'm going to always freestyle. I might have my iPad with notes, and I'm going to be reading what the facts are, so that way I won't have a lot of pressure on me to remember certain things. And yeah, man, it's going to be awesome. I already know, man. I already know. It's gonna be crazy looking back on these videos, because it's like whenever somebody starts from the ground up like this, I know it always takes at least 10 years to get popping, and it's like to look back on something that you started 10 years ago. That's gonna be something crazy if this thing actually pops off, right? If people actually start watching me, if people actually start clicking on my videos, I think that's gonna be mind-boggling. Right, and I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to, to handle it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know, because I'm just making videos just to be making videos. But every time I think about that, I just think about my God is greater. You know what I'm saying? My God is greater. He wants me to do it. He's been telling me to do this. He's been calling me to do this, and he believes in me. He believes he sees something in me that that I don't fully encapsulate about myself just yet. Trying to figure it out. That's all what about being a man really is, right? So, the thing about being obedient, right? The thing about being obedient is that it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. You don't have to fully comprehend, right, and even be ready for it. Even if it does make sense and you actually know what it is that you're calling to do, you can sit there and be like, well, am I ready? Well, you don't have to be ready. You don't have to be ready. The only thing that you have to be is willing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I am right now in this moment. I'm willing. I'm willing to put my fear of not being able to handle the clout, the fame, the notoriety, and being an influencer and all that comes with it. I'm willing to sacrifice all that just because I know that my God is good, and he's been better to me than I've been to myself, and nothing can take away my faith. And that's why I want to implement into these videos, and he knows that. So that's why he wants me to create them, so I can continue to spew healing and understanding and comprehension in the world, and just clear up a lot of the mess that's out there, man. Because a lot of mess. When you tap in news channels, right? When you tap into news channels and you go on the CNN, you go on the Fox, right? You always seeing was terrible, was who got shot, you know what I'm saying? Who leg got chopped off, you know what I'm saying? You seeing the most craziest things, right? But you don't see no type of but at the end of the day, stay safe And if you do this, you know what I'm saying, it's always, all right, you got the bad news, but you don't receive the good news. You don't receive any type of encouragement outside of me just telling you, just continuously shoving down your throat what's the bad news, right? And I think that is going to be a beautiful thing, that I create something so unique that's going to be different from all that, right? I'm going to be giving you factual stuff that's happening in the world, which is going to be a version of the news. It's not going to be current, like, crime scene news, but it's going to be informational issues, right? Type of news, right? And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to give you the other side of how to be optimistic, you know what I'm saying, in spite of all the problems that are occurring right now. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for this video. I'm excited for these videos. I'm excited to keep growing my audience, and like I said, whatever comes with it, it just comes with it, man. And I just pray that the guy got me, and I know that he does. So thank you, and I'm out.